This is Bob Rotruck with your Phantoms preview. Tonight at the Glens Falls Civic Center, the Adirondack Phantoms getting back to action. And after the holiday break, everybody making it back into town safely and ready to play for the game tonight. Some travel issues because of all the snowstorms all over the east half of the country, really. And the Colorado kids, Mike Testweed and Jeff Dimon, they had a tough time getting back. Shane Harper was telling me of some adventures, but he was able to make it back the previous night. It was kind of an adventure, but thankfully everyone is here safe and sound and ready for tonight's game against the Providence Bruins. 3 games in 4 days upcoming for the Phantoms to conclude 2012, and really Adirondack is hoping they can pick up where they left off. They were on a 3-game winning streak, but really you don't have that momentum as much anymore, and head coach Terry Murray was talking about that yesterday. You don't have the momentum in some ways because you had a 4-day holiday break in between the games. However, they did go out on that positive note on the 3-game win streak, so I think maybe some momentum there. They have a lot of positivity going on in the locker room. So tonight's opponent, the Providence Bruins, it is their only appearance in Glens Falls this year. Adirondack has already made their one visit down to Providence to play the Bruins. That was a couple weeks ago on December 9th. Adirondack was playing their 3rd game in 3 days, and they were outplayed pretty harshly for the first couple of periods, but Scott Monroe kept the Phantoms in that game, and then Jeff Dimon scored a tying goal to make it 2-2 with 5:22 left to go in regulation. It was his first goal as a Phantom. He's a defenseman that we picked up from Norfolk last year. And then Adirondack went on to lose the game in overtime, although they came very close to winning it at the end of regulation. It was actually a very exciting game, but the Phantoms did not have their best legs, and they lost that game, got a valuable standings point on the road. Providence was one of the hottest teams in the league. They had gone on a nice 7-game point streak, and they are top dog in the Atlantic Division, up there with the Portland Pirates, whom the Phantoms have to play tomorrow. Providence enters the game tonight 15-10-2. The Phantoms enter action tonight at 13-14-1. And just looking at some of the other key stats here for the Providence Bruins, they have Chris Bork. He's the son of Ray Bork, the older brother of Ryan Bork of Connecticut. Chris led the league in points last year with the Hershey Bears, and he had been with Hershey for a while. And now he's up there again this season. Chris Bork this year with 5 goals, 18 assists, 23 points. They have a guy who's pretty much a veteran as well, Jamie Tardif, who scored 2 goals against the Phantoms in that game on December 9th. And then in Providence's very next game, he scored a hat trick on December 14th against Springfield. So Tardif leads their team in goals with 15. The Phantoms, of course, are led by Braden Shen, and he has 12 goals this year. 29 points, putting him back up in the top 5 in the American Hockey League. Sean Couturier, though, is the hottest of the Adirondack Phantoms scorers. He's on a 3-game point streak, actually has multiple points in 2 out of those 3 games. 1 goal, 5 assists, and 6 points in his last 3 games, including a hand in all 3 Phantoms goals in their victory right before the holiday break last Saturday at the Bridgeport Sound Tigers. He is on the line with Eric Wellwood and Matthew Ford, and that combo for head coach Terry Murray has been working quite nicely and really clicking. So we'll be keeping an eye out for them, of course, as well. As I mentioned, it's 3 games in 4 days for the Phantoms. 2 of them are at home. Tonight's game at home, of course, against the Providence Bruins with $2 draft beer specials. And then after the game, right away, as quickly as they can, getting on the bus and a long overnight bus ride up to Maine. And they're not actually playing at Portland, Maine tomorrow against the Portland Pirates. They'll play the Pirates up in Lewiston, Maine, which is about another 45 minutes or so further up from Portland. The Pirates are playing 6 of their home games this season in Lewiston, where they have a pretty good hockey history. They used to have an American Hockey League team many moons ago, and the Maine Nordiques actually back in the 70s. And they also used to have a Quebec Major Junior Hockey League team up until a couple of seasons ago. So the Pirates, while they're doing some refurbishments to their arena in Portland at the Cumberland County Civic Center, are playing 6 of their home games this year at the Androscoggin Bank Coliseum in Lewiston, Maine. And that is where we will be tomorrow. And then Monday at 3, it's the traditional New Year's Eve game. That's against the Bridgeport Sound Tigers. Phantoms are already 2-0 against the Sound Tigers this year. That game Monday at 3 o'clock with the dazzling and very bright orange tuxedo jerseys. The Phantoms will be looking dapper and snazzy and just a tad outrageous as well. These things, they'll make you laugh, but you'll get used to them as you watch the Phantoms on the ice and hopefully taking care of business against the Sound Tigers again. There's a post-game jersey auction as well following the Monday game. The jerseys are presented by Scoville Jewelers and also by the Waite House of Glens Falls. That's welcoming adolescents in transition who will receive part of the proceeds from that Monday jersey auction. So you can get a brand new Phantoms game-worn jersey to close out 2012. What a nice gift that would be for yourself. Good luck in the auction on Monday after the game. And remember, that Monday game is at 3 o'clock. But tonight, here the Providence Bruins rolling into town. Phantoms trying to avenge their overtime loss that they had in Rhode Island a couple weeks ago. Game time tonight is at 7. Of course, I'll have the broadcast coverage for you as well. Pepsi countdown to face-off at 6:30 on Q101.7.